What's up, people? What's good? It's razzaq here, and hey man, I just got 4 wisdom teeth pulled out yesterday, but I'm still right here. Y'all already see the title, bro. I don't want to waste no time. Today is Christmas Eve. You feel me? Whole lot of red dropping at midnight. I still gotta get mentally prepared for the album to drop. So we're just gonna get right into the video right now. The key poses to take better pictures. So make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment, make sure you let me know what else you want to see from me, and let's just get right back into it. So the first thing that anybody needs to know about taking pictures or anything is what you really want your pictures to come out like. I know that seems obvious, I know that seems, you know, really basic. Like, duh, I know my pictures want to look like if I want to take the pictures. But hear me out. I'm putting an example on the screen right now. My last like big photo shoot that I did. As y'all can see, it's like a little dark, gloomy, you know, ominous vibe. You know, some Cardi vampire vibes. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to tell y'all right now is to whenever you take pictures like that, you need to have a vision in mind. You need to have like an emotion in mind. Personally, when I was taking those pictures, I had like a real like I don't know. Like a depressed vibe or nothing like that, you feel me? You know, I'm good, you feel me? I'm good. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Whenever I go into my photo shoots, whenever I take pictures, I'm usually trying to like convey an emotion or like show something or like, you feel me? Like, I want y'all to feel how I'm feeling like in the picture. And I feel like in these pictures, it's really easy to tell how I'm feeling, and like also, you know, the caption helps and all that, you know, editing, all that other stuff. But we gonna get to that later. If you wanna know about captions and editing and all that stuff, make sure you watch the whole video and I will let you know how to do that too. What I'm saying is, whenever you go and do a photo shoot, you outside with your friend, you know, you always want to have a good vibe. You always want to have, or a bad vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you just set the scene, make sure you set the vibe for whatever kind of pictures you want to take. Personally, I always play music when I'm taking pictures because it just puts me in the right headspace. It's kind of awkward to have somebody just taking pictures of you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird, like, let's be honest. Like, what are you doing? But if you have music playing, you know what I'm saying, you can get in your own little zone and you could better like convey how you want to feel, you know what I'm saying? Next, I'm gonna tell you guys some of my favorite poses, some of my easy poses, some poses that anyone can do with little to no practice at all. And let's just get into that. I'm about to move scenes real quick so that, you know what I'm saying, let's go. Alright y'all, so the first real basic, real simple, very essential pose that I need for y'all to get down before we can even move on is the real easy, simple walking pose. I know you see a lot of people doing the walking pose, you know what I'm saying? You get in a little walk and you take a picture, you know, some cool shit like that. But a lot of y'all don't actually know how to do it, and a lot of y'all, you know, struggle with it because, you know, you're beginning to take pictures. Like, it's okay. What you need to know about the walking pose is that this should be like one of the easiest poses that you have down. Like, if you don't got this down, then you probably should refine it and make it a lot stronger. So first things first, I'm gonna show you what not to do when you're doing the walking pose. You never just want to do way too much. Like, you don't want to be all the way out here unless, like, nah, you don't want to do that. That looks goofy. What you really want to do is get a nice low pace. First of all, just walk back and forward in front of the camera. If you can successfully walk back and forward in front of a camera, then you can do a walking pose. Because the only thing you have to do after you walk in front of a camera is stop. If you can stop, then you're good. That's all it is. All you have to do is walk back and forth and stop. The tricky part comes with like timing and all that, because say you're taking your pictures by yourself, which I know a lot of you are. What you're gonna want to do is put your camera on timer. Make sure you have enough time to get into your proper position and stop in front of the camera at the right time. You know what I'm saying? And some tips that I have for y'all for this pose specifically is to just make sure you're real comfortable. And I know, like, when I first started taking pictures, I used to be real tense and real tight, and I'd be, you know, super robotic. And that's not good. That's a no-go. So what you really want to do, like I said before, is create that vibe, play some music, be around some people who you're already comfortable with, so that everything just comes real natural, everything just snaps. When you already having a good time and you just in a good vibe, I promise you everything just comes so natural. Like, even if you're not trying, if you're in a good headspace and you're feeling good, I can guarantee you that the pictures are gonna come out good. Next, I'm gonna teach you guys how to get different variations of different poses, and also my next favorite pose, which is the seated pose. So let's just get right to that. Alright, so like I was saying, the next pose is just a little seated pose, and there's so many different ways that you can do a seated pose. First things first, the obvious is that you need to be sitting down. So get a chair, get a rock, whatever you're trying to sit on, wherever your scenery is, you know what I'm saying? Find a nice place to sit down with, preferably a good background, preferably a good setting. I'm gonna do a whole video in the future about how to find good settings, good places, how to, you know what I'm saying? how to find good places or where to find good places to take your pictures at, and real easy. Like I'm saying, like you want to get a nice seated pose, you never know like what will look good, so you just want to try to sit in different positions, maybe this way, maybe this way, maybe straight at the camera. You might want to have your back turned. I don't know, it's all up to you, it's all up to your photographer, it's all up to what looks best on you. I can't tell you exactly what to do because me and you are different, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you never want to just have the same pictures as somebody else, because then why would anybody like it, you know what I mean? It's just the same. Like I said in the first tip, it all depends on your vibe, what kind of pose you want to do. For example, in this picture right here, it was more of a dark and gloomy type of, type of theme. So I would just, sit it in the little, you feel me? Like you understand the vibe. Like that's exactly what you need to know. You want to just basically depict the vibe in the pose that you do. If you with your friends or something, you don't want to be super tight up and like, you know what I'm saying? All you want to do is vary the way that your body is positioned. Like your body's orientation is really, really, really important when it comes to making poses and taking pictures. If you're at one place, you never just want to take one picture and then go to the next place. That's a big no-no. Like personally, I never do that. If I'm at one place, I'll take one picture like this, one picture like that, one picture like this. You know what I'm saying? Like always move around, because you never know what's gonna look best until you really get home and you really get on the computer and you just look at the pictures and you can really be like, dang, that was hard. And I never would have known that if I didn't do 6 or 7 different positions. You know what I'm saying? Like relax, take your time, and like I say, create the vibe. Alright, so my next and last go-to pose that I always use is gonna be the lean. If you go to any of my pictures on IG, you're gonna notice that I'm either doing a walking pose, I'm either sitting, leaning against something, or I'm just standing up. And that's really all you gotta know. But I'm gonna tell you guys how to do a lean pose. It's really nice and simple. This is probably also one of the easiest ones. You can't mess this up. You really can't mess this up. All you gotta do is get, a good distance away from a wall and lean on that hoe. You can look away.
Look straight at the camera. You can have your foot up, you can have your arms crossed, you can have one arm down.
Like I said in the last tip, you always want to have different variations. You always want to be doing different things. What makes your poses different and unique is what you're doing with like your hands, what you're doing with your hair. Like what are you doing like to make your pose different from other people's? That's why I tell you gotta practice your poses, even though it might be awkward at first. But you're the only one who's gonna know you practicing this, so how is it really awkward? Like, that's besides the point. Always wanna practice your poses, you always wanna practice your different variations. Change it up, bro. That's really the key to posing. I really could've summed this whole video by just saying just change it up. But I had to get into detail for y'all. So real quick, real fast, I'm about to go back in my room and I'm about to show y'all the apps that I use to edit my pictures. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated, but let's get back in the room. Alright y'all, so like I said, I'm just about to show y'all the few apps that I use to edit. I really only use 3 main apps and everybody can download these apps. These apps are 100% free, and the 3 apps are Photos, Instagram, and Visco, VSCO. I don't know what you call it. I call it Visco, man. It don't really matter. But like I said, you just get into Photos and you just go to the edit. Y'all know how to get to Photos. Y'all know how to edit, you know how to edit pictures. I'm really hoping. But you get to that and you just start playing with the stuff. You just start tweaking it to get whatever you want. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know anything about editing. I know a little bit about color theory because I watched like a 10-minute YouTube video. I'm gonna link it in the bio if you guys wanna know more specifics about like what contrast is, what saturation is, what hue is, all that stuff that's in your editing. If you really wanna know what it means, I got a video linked down below. It's not mine, it's somebody else's, but it's really good information. So all you gotta do is get into your editing softwares and start tweaking it. I like to have 3 different apps. I use Instagram, I use the Photos, and I use Visco because, all of them have a few different little presets. All of them have some different filters. So I like to play with those and just see what I really like. And that's really just the key. Like, I really have no idea how to edit anything. I don't know how to edit YouTube videos. I don't know how to edit pictures. I just taught myself by playing with it. And that's how you really learn stuff real fast, bro. Like, if you want to learn something, just start messing with it, just start having fun with it, and you'll eventually get the hang of it. You'll eventually start to find the look that you really like. I'm not here to keep y'all up all day, bro. I still got to get ready for the album, man. I'm finna stay up all night and react to this album and edit that whole tonight, bro. Expect a whole lot of red reaction coming real soon, bro. Oh my God, bro. I could cry right now. You know how long? We've been waiting 3 years for this album. 3 years, but hey, that's not the point of this video. I'm about to head up out of here, bro. I don't want to take up no more of your time. Make sure you leave a like if you like the video. Make sure you follow me on IG and make sure you comment down below what else you want to see. But without any further ado, Z-Force, I'm out.